All right. Yes, sir. The blackout hour has come, ladies and gentlemen. We are back live in the flesh for another episode of Blackout. We got the good brother Styles P joining us in a few. SP the Ghost.
Absolutely. Shout out to brother.
Legend in the game and very opinionated gentleman. So I'm sure there's going to be a dope conversation with him. But before we start, a few housekeeping items. Invest Fest. We announced on Market Mondays. If you didn't watch Market Mondays, we announced the $100,000 Nipsey Hussle business grant in conjunction with the marathon and our good friends at Microsoft. We will be giving an opportunity to entrepreneurs to pitch their business ideas live at Invest Fest, and the winner will receive $100,000 to fund their business, to help, with marketing, promotion, hire staff, whatever you think is beneficial for you, right? Life-changing situation. Ian, how many people do you think, what would be your number on the total submissions when this is all said and done?
3,000.
Anything less than 200 would be a letdown, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But it also will show you those who want it is not as many as you think. A lot of people say they want the opportunity, and then it comes and you may not take full advantage of it. But I think it'll be 2,000 or 3,000 people easily. For $100,000 in this market, it's a home run. Well, we could have done with $100,000 when we first started.
So we'll see. Because a lot of people's not hungry. You'd be surprised. Bro. A lot of people are already independently wealthy. I've realized. And they don't need,
at least on social media, right?
Exactly. They don't need any help. So hey, we'll see. But we'll see. Because everybody always complains about not being provided opportunities. And so I'm just interested to see if a lot of people don't come out for this, signing up for this, because that there's going to be a lot of people at InvestFest. So if a lot of people don't sign up for this lets me know that this generation is not a top priority to be successful.
Yeah, don't be a business baddie. A lot of y'all just want the handout and the money and don't want to do the work. If you're not willing to do a video and you're on Instagram all day anyway, I don't know what to tell you.
Facts.
I do not know what to tell you.
Facts. So,
you are not a ballerina. Apply.
That is a fact. That is a fact. You can't make a video to promote your business. Tells me everything I need to know. Tells me everything I need to know. But you
all in her DMs talking about, I really got it like that. I don't know why I ain't on the stage. I'm better than everybody on stage. Okay.
That's a fact. So go to investfest.com for all the information. And then quickly, the lineup is crazy. We got Steve Harvey, we got Damon John, we got Steve Style, we got T.I., we got Don Peebles, Lauren London, Stephen A. Smith, we got Ian Dunlap, we got Monica, Earn Your Leisure, of course, being a builder, 19 Keys, Pinky Cole, Shaka Bars, Van Jones, Wyclef Jean, Will.I.Am, Will Packer, Coach K, Kareem Biggs, Yaki Awaken, Billy Carson. Interesting.
Man, viral.
Matthew Garland, Derek Hayes, Alex Burton, Terrence J., Kenny Burns, Larry Marlowe, Milan Harris, the Marathon Team, Black Sam, JP Adam, Yandy Smith, Zay Tobin, Miss Business, Dr. Barnice King. There's so many people. Who are you most excited to see so far from the first wave?
I'm Billy Carson. Billy, bring the spaceship, bring the Billy UFO and Emerald tablets.
That's going to be an interesting vibe. A lot of people were surprised that Billy Carson was on the Invest lineup. They didn't see that coming. They didn't see that one coming.
No, he needs to be there. I talk about the Emerald tablets, toast, all of it. I need all the Anunnaki talk. Download the DNA. Come on, I'm gonna be front and center. I can't wait.
That's a fact, man. But
what about you? Who are you excited to see?
Well, I'm always excited. I'm really excited for this pitch competition. I can't front. I feel like I'm just excited to see the entrepreneurs. I'm excited to see the audience and the best and brightest minds. I'm feeling like there's going to be somebody that's going to really
like change the landscape there.
Yeah, like there's going to be a superstar. I think that there's going to be maybe a few, but I think there's going to be at least one superstar where we see this person, and then 10 years down the line, we're going to see him him or her ringing the bell at the New York Stock Exchange because they're taking their company public, and to be a part of that would be an amazing. So that's what I'm very excited. But of course, I'm excited for everybody, man. Damon John, legend, Steve Stout. Anytime I get to hear Don Peoples talk, I'm front row.
Absolutely.
Stephen A. Smith.
That's gonna be a good one.
That's a good one because he don't get enough.
They was on his ass the other day,
but they don't listen to the full interview. They just watch.
I know. I'm learning that. I'm learning.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you watch the full interview, you understand how many gems he dropped. The dude is a genius. Like he's really
absolutely
smart. Like he's a really smart guy. So, but I'm excited for everybody. I'm excited for that high level too. Billy Carson. I'm excited for that.
So you're doing high level?
It's a high level. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hey,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's a fact.
Top 10 broadcasters all time.
Is who?
Stephen A.
Yeah.
I know he doesn't often get put in that light, but when
definitely sports journalists.
Oh, absolutely,
for sure.
Top five.
Yeah. There's not too many sports journalists above him. Yeah. He redefined sports media, how we watch debate shows and all. None of that
absolutely
stuff. He's like a pioneer in this space. So get your tickets, investfest.com, ladies and gentlemen, August 23rd to August 25th in Atlanta, Georgia. We will see you there. Ian, any announcements on your behalf?
Yes. If you want to get rich from the market, go to ianinvest.com, join the stock club. And then June 15th and 16th, we will be having Red Panda weekend here in Houston. We'll after party at camp, stock club dinner at Friends, and then we'll be at Jolie. So y'all wanted some time to vibe. So get your tickets. They are not expensive. That was not my doing. Y'all know how I operate. I like premium, but shout to Jolie, shout to Jay, shout to A-Life, shout to the whole team. Shout to Cam. I appreciate y'all. If I made y'all money, please put yes in chat. Let's get to it. InvestFest is going to be legendary for sure.
Yeah. We got to
let's talk etiquette real quick for men. Don't be a groupie to other men while your girl there. There's some snipers in the building. For those of y'all don't know, Stephen A is a sniper too. I want to tell my man business, but be surprised.
Call him sniper gang. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to talk about, but before let's talk about this. The first thing, what's the woman's name? She's known as the Sprinkle Lady on Instagram.
Sprinkle. I think her name's Shavara or something like that. I don't know her name.
Okay. In the event, we'll play the video. Play this video, please.
90-day rule is trash because men can wait that long and still ghost you. I don't do the 90-day rule. I do the $5,000 rule, baby. If they haven't spent that much on you, they don't get nothing. Investment. I speak about investment. You understand? Investment, not 90-day rules. But he's invested in you, so he's less likely to ghost you after putting money into you, spending time in you. Because if he ghosts you, guess what? You win. You win. You've gotten all this beautiful treatment. You've gotten expensive dates. You've probably gone shopping, maybe, whatever. All that stuff spent. You win if he ghosts you. He loses because he invested a lot of money. Okay, men are less likely to ghost after they have put in that money. Because now he says, oh, I just upgraded her for the next man. I just bought her new wardrobe for the next man. Oh, I just took her to all these expensive places. And now I get nothing out of it but one time. And y'all know the first time ain't going to be the best time because you got to get to know each other that way. You know what I'm saying? So, no. You win. There ain't no 90-day rule. There's money. There's a spending rule. A spending rule. Yes.
Okay. So in that video, she is saying that, there's a 90-day rule for some women saying that they're not going to have sex with somebody for 90 days, pretty much, right? You need to be courted.
Steve Harvey for coming up for that rule. Act like a lady.
Oh, that's SH's rule?
Yep.
Okay. They need to be courted. That went out the window a long time ago, but okay, we can still kind
of facts. Shit, the relationships be over in 90 days.
Facts.
90-day unfiance.
So we can still act like, okay, we can act like you want to play that game, but she's saying the 5,000 rule. And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. When I first heard this, I was just like, here we go again with this nonsense. I think that the way that she delivered the message was completely wrong. I don't even agree with what she's saying, but I understand it. I do understand it from just a pure taking emotion out of this. If you're invested in something, you're less likely to leave it. That goes with anything in life, right?
Okay.
So her thing is like, if somebody invests $5,000 into you, they're less likely to ghost you as opposed to somebody that's invested nothing into you. That's understandable. That's understandable, right? But I don't know if that's a prerequisite to sleep with somebody. Like they're gonna have to spend $5,000 to. Like I don't know if that is the best way to go about it, right? And how do you even quantify $5,000? Are we meal vouchers? Right? Does that count? Can we start deducting $500 dates? Getting that
out of
to the 5,000? Technically, that's an investment, right? It's the cost of money.
2 first-class flights,
a flight,
where you go,
a trip. That's 5,000, right? That could be 5,000 or close, or at least half. Now we're halfway there, right? How we knocking down this budget? So what do you think? What's your thoughts on this?
I actually like her. I like her content. I don't know. She was like Kevin Samuels and Umar to a lot of women. Sprinkle, fellas. You got to look at the content that the women watch to know what perspective they're coming from. My thing is, it's a bad investment. Number one. Number two, if they don't have 5,000, should you spend 5,000 on it? Like meme coin central for sure. And I don't like the narrative of turning women into prostitutes. Now I know this era. There's a lot of quid pro quo with the dollar. You give me the cash, I give you the coochie. Okay, cool. But I don't like that. I don't like and even if you invest, if you invest 5,000, that don't mean he's gonna stay anyway. I left people I've loved and I spent more than 5,000. So just on a casual, nah. Put it into index funds, put it into NVIDIA. Ladies, I'm gonna still help you find your simp at InvestFest. Hopefully we can have her on and we give you a whole blueprint for how to catch your simp at the festival. But a 5,000 minimum prerequisite, and you may not have $5,000 in your bank account. Nah, I'm good.
So would you? Okay, but how do you? The woman's name is Shara 7.
7, yeah.
So, but do you agree with the idea that if somebody is financially invested in something, they take it more? Because that's even the thing where we say, well, what's the saying when they say, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention, right? Even for like free events, we know that more people will come to our paid events than the free events, right?
Yep.
They don't have anything invested in it. It doesn't mean anything to them because it's free. It's a weird psychology that we as humans kind of have to understand, right? And this is even a business conversation because it goes into marketing. This goes into how you price your products, and this goes into how you value your services. Because it's like sometimes you're trying to help people and you're doing things for them for free, or you're doing things for them for dirt cheap, and they don't have any appreciation for it because it doesn't mean anything for them. But when they put something substantial down, now they're going to be early. They're going to wait in line. They're going to do everything that they need to do, because they're going to make sure that they are getting the most out of their $1,000 or their $500 or whatever, right? So it's just, I never really heard this perspective from a relationship standpoint, but I could understand it though.
I understand it in theory, but it won't work practically, because the women who are getting, this is my thing. When a woman comes to anybody or comes to me and say, this is my expectation, if that was how you're really living, I would see it before I even get to you. Like when women like, it's mandatory that I do this and you do this and you do this. I'm like, well, if that's what you've been getting, I could feel that in your presence when I talk to you. And a lot of people manage their money wrong. So a guy will lead with his wallet to get what he needs to get and still will go ghost. Now, if you're investing time and money into a person, doesn't mean that they care a little bit more. Yes. But when the PP money started floating around and everybody had it, people were willing to pay to play. That's not my game that I prefer to operate by. And I think it's bad just to put like a price tag on yourself, because that can come off a certain kind of way. But I do think women should have standards, but I also think men should have standards too. I'm gonna be very honest. I also think as a man, the more you invest, the less return you get. The purest love I had is when I was given nothing.
Oh, what do you mean? You said the more. Explain this.
The more you give, the less return you will get.
Oh, because people they don't appreciate it.
No, they end up not appreciating it. Yeah. We've all dealt with it, like, and then when you fall out of heaven, you go back to normal life, and that's when I get them texts. Oh my God, you weren't so bad. I had a revelation. I bet you did.
I bet you did.
Watch me on Instagram with somebody else. Shout out to all my former babies. I love you dearly. Thank you for the time that we spent together. You mean the world to me at one time, right? But a lot of times I think because men don't work on other areas of their life, they have to lead with their wallet, with character, integrity, time, honesty. You may get a person to buy you a bag, but they lie to you and they're buying another girl a bag or sleeping with her and got a baby on the side. So like, I get it in theory, but money can't be the only measurement I think that women are judging men by. So what do I know?
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Well, mine
5,000 minimum, and now on the other side, is it worth the 5,000? Probably not.
Well, that's a real question. What are you getting for 5,000? That's the question that nobody really ever really talks about, right? April's talked about as far as the feminine experience, but it's like, just what in return, what is being provided for? Are you giving me counsel? Are you actually making a house a home? Are you, talking through real life situations and being my muse and giving me ideas? These are things that nobody really ever talks about. Like what's that aspect look like, right?
Yeah.
But without further ado, let's bring our guest up.
Shout out to my guy.
Yes, the gangster and the gentleman, SP.
My brother, how are you?
Brothers? Peace and blessings. How y'all feeling?
Good, man. How you doing?
Man. How are you?
I woke up, so I'm great.
I hear that, man. It. Styles P, 1/3 of the legendary Locks. Styles, it's fitting that we have you on because two things. The name of this is the new show that we started. It's called Blackout. Where we got that name from?
LOX song. DMX song.
Yes,
for sure. Right.
That's always one of my favorite songs. You actually have my favorite verse on that song. We said, "I'm Panero, so I hate a snake, rat, or a pig." The song, the beat, everything was crazy, and everything. Blackout always stuck in my mind. So when we started this show, Blackout. Second thing is, I never told you this before, but okay, before we came up with the name, so when we started Earn Your Leisure wasn't the first name that we was going to name this whole situation. My choice for the first name, which I thought was fitting, was Money, Power, Respect.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was going to be the first choice. That was my first choice. So you've inspired this movement in multiple different ways.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You guys inspired me, so that's that energy goes back and forth,
I appreciate it. So, SP, this show is a little different. We talk about different social topics and we give our opinion. It's an opinion-based show. And we wanted to kind of, this gives us more range to kind of show our personality and kind of just provide our insight and thoughts on different things that's relevant. So I'm going to start. We have different topics that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
The first topic is something that I'm definitely interested in hearing your opinion about. I don't know if you've been following this Dr. Fauci situation, but he's come back up, and he recently was in front of Congress, I think like 2 days ago, and he was testifying, and they gave all the Republicans, they gave him a hard time, and it's so much stuff. We're going to play a clip.
On April 21st, 2021, you wrote that Dr. Fauci is, quote, too smart to let colleagues send him stuff that could cause trouble, end quote. On June 16th, 2020, you wrote, we're all smart enough to know to never have smoking guns, and if we wouldn't put them in emails, and if we found them, we'd delete them. Now, did you ever have conversations with Dr. Fauci regarding deleting emails?
I don't remember any such thing.
You don't remember?
No, sir. And it would be very. Tony and I don't have those kind of conversations.
Did you ever delete any official records?
Not to my knowledge. I mean, but again, we're at the issue of defining what's a federal record. I deleted a lot of emails. I do it every day. But in my mind, they're trivial things not related to government business.
But it was so much stuff that was being said as far as his 6 feet distancing. They saying like he just made that up. It didn't even make any sense, right? Having little kids wear masks. And then I think there's like a recording of him saying like, if you can like put this in people's minds after a while,
Allegedly,
they won't question it. So now all of this COVID stuff is starting to come back up, and it's starting to become like a big talking point again, right? I know you had some strong points on when it first came out, right? So what's your thoughts on where it stands now, where now everybody's trying to like villainize him for what he talked about 3 years ago?
My opinion is that us as a people, not just Black people, I would say the United States of America, I don't think we do enough investigating of where we're hearing things from. Like, I think a lot of people don't even understand Fauci was connected to the HIV/AIDS connection. And I think a lot of people don't understand how many doctors, professional doctors, like other doctors, had a problem with Dr. Fauci. So
yes,
I believe we as a country are used to turning on the news and hearing the news, but not really investigating what we hear. And actually sometimes not even analyzing or saying how much sense does this make. And like, all right, Fauci said wear a mask due to 6 feet, all of this, but how many other doctors were saying it on their own accord without following what he was saying? So I believe we just are in times where people just take information without doing any investigating on the information. And then we're also in a time where if you disagree with someone and they have a difference of, as you say, and this is opinion-based show. Like, think about the times when now most people, if you have a difference of and we talk all the time on different subjects, Shadi, so, but we can have a difference of opinion and still have a conversation. And not be mad at each other, not get heated, respect each other's viewpoints. Today in society, you really don't get that. So it's like if a person either believes what you believe or they're wrong, or they're villainized, or they're an asshole, or they're stupid. And I think, technology has made it this way. So I think we're playing with dangerous times when it comes to information, just period. Like it's we're living in the strangest time. It's a very exciting time to be alive, but it's also the strangest time because enough person tells a lie, tells a lie, and now it becomes the truth.
Well, it's one of these things where they put a lot of pressure on people. So it was like, I didn't get vaccinated, right? Me and my sister, we didn't get vaccinated.
Yeah,
my parents, they were like the most vaccinated people. Like, they believed. So you don't understand how they villainized me. Shout out to my mom and my dad, but they thought it was the most irresponsible thing in the world for me not to get vaccinated, right? And my thing is like, I'm telling them, I'm like, look, you guys are vaccinated and you both got COVID multiple times. I got COVID also multiple times, right? But in my brain, I just don't think that I think I could survive if I get COVID, and I did survive, right? But they're just telling me like I'm gonna be a super spreader. It's irresponsible.
Yeah,
I'm talking to people all the time, but that's because it was. You watch the news, they watch the news all the time. So if you watch the news, this is what is being portrayed. And it's like, it's difficult to kind of navigate that, right? So it's like mass media has such an influence on how people think. We don't even realize why we make the decisions that we do, right?
And who are the biggest sponsors of those TV shows?
The pharmaceutical companies.
There you have it. Like, people don't even ask, like, I think our society has been put into a place where you ask questions, you're the villain. Like think about it.
Absolutely.
Like, what other? I mean, I'm not a doctor and I don't know, but I haven't heard of that many other vaccines that came out that fast. Like, how were they prepared to get everyone a vaccine that fast? Usually, it takes
3
vaccines a
months.
lot longer.
Yep.
If the vaccines didn't pass the test on the animals, why were they still, being able to be provided to the people? If the vaccines didn't work and you need to keep, and they tell you, all right, you got vaccinated, but the virus got stronger, it mutated, now we're gonna, how didn't they as professional doctors know that beforehand? Like, these are questions we don't really ask, or when you do ask, you become the villain. And it's like, yeah, like, so I think we live in a fucked up time. It's a great time, but we live in fucked up. We live in great fucked up times, or fucked up great times. However you want to word it, that is exactly what we are living in. Because with me, I like to look at things in a common sense. Like, even when you think about it, when they say 6 feet in a mask, but you're allowed to get back on the airplane and go to the airport, there was never no 6 feet difference. There's no 6 feet different on the subway, supermarket. No, like, that's virtually impossible.
Or when you cross state lines, right? So in New York City, you couldn't do nothing. You go to Atlanta,
Texas,
they having parties with 5,000 people. You go to California, you can't even go into Chipotle without your vaccination card, right? But then you go to Arizona and you could do that. So it's
Miami, you're on the beach.
Yep.
It's like even think about it. When it was going down, it's like you go to the airport, take your mask down to take your picture, put it back on. You get on a plane, you got to wear the mask, but when you're eating, take it off.
You can take it off.
So are the germs chilling out they put the germs on timeout? Like, that doesn't, like,
you know what the stupidest thing is, and
it's not logical.
Remember in Miami, I don't know if you remember, at Miami during the time they had a curfew, so you could do whatever you want until like 12 o'clock and everything closed. My thing was like, does the germs go to sleep at 12 o'clock? Like,
exactly.
Why can't you do anything up until 11:59 and then at 12 o'clock it's over?
Exactly. So it really made no sense. And what's funny is how anybody on either side follow something, and it goes back to without doing investigation, and then it goes back to, how can you respect my personal choice of no matter what I want to do? Like, if whatever you want to do as a human being is sort of your personal choice, how you feel, the way you took in the information, the way you make your decisions is your personal choice. How do you have a problem with the next person's personal choice? So I think it's a lot of sheeple out here, man.
And I want to get to the money part of it. So hypothetically, if I got paid $690 million from pharmaceutical companies, but I'm the voice of reason for the vaccine, is that not suspicious? That's not a conspiracy theory. And when we start doing Market Mondays, people are like, no, the vaccine came from a wet market. I'm like, eating duck or bat is not going to transfer a fucking virus across the world that we've never seen before.
No.
A lab leak happened. Now, I don't think somebody took it out and flew it to California, right? But something did happen. And I think the big issue that people are not talking about, and this is why he's getting grilled, is the cover-up. They deleted emails. Cool. And I get, as salacious as the puff shit was, this is 1,000 times worse. This froze the economy. This put us in trillions of dollars of debt. Millions of lives were affected and or lost in the process, right? Kids lost 2 years of school, and Fauci got paid. Look at when Moderna went up, and then all of a sudden, when he backed away from it, it's kind of coincidental that the stock crashed just as quickly as it fell once people started to find out the truth. Like, because I posted this and people in biology and virologists was hitting me like, this is fake news. I'm like, is the fucking payments fake?
That's the question.
700 million not being transferred for me to be a fucking spokesperson or an influencer. Something happened. You were a market maker and people believed you. Cool. And could he have misstepped? Could he have not known because they not done testing? But the gain of function research was something that he was pushing for. Let's try and prevent the next bio crisis from happening. And then as a result, the crisis happened. I'm not saying he intentionally did it. I don't wish jail upon anybody. But if I got paid 700 million and everybody at InvestFest got sick, and I knew I had the virus, I should get penalized. Let's keep it real. If we did this, we would be under a fucking jail in North Korea.
For sure. 1,000%. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. Well, all right. So moving on to the next topic. This is another topic that I'm sure you're gonna have an opinion about, Styles. So we spoke about this political situation in depth.
Oh man, don't ask me. Please don't ask me political stuff, man.
Well, I'm gonna ask you from this standpoint.
This gonna be on my my timeline for a long time.
I'm gonna ask you from this standpoint as far as Trump just got convicted of 34 felonies, right? After that, he raised 200 million. That's what they said, allegedly. So now they're saying that this is the biggest gift that the Democrats could have actually handed to Trump, because now this plays into the narrative of the system is rigged. They're trying to pull a fast one. I'm the underdog. And this actually is more harmful for Democrats than helpful, and it actually is more helpful for Trump than harmful. What do you got? How you feel about that?
I've learned when it comes to politics, I have stopped feeling over the past couple of years, to be honest with you. My personal opinion on politics is it's two wings on one bird.
I agree.
It is two wings on one bird, and they teach you that. And they telling you left side, right side, but they're kind of both on the same body. Like, you know what I mean? So I think we have been somehow tricked into believing that either side really cares for us. I'm just gonna go with simplicity. My personal opinion. How many presidents have there been? This is 46, right?
Yeah, 46.
46 presidents. What was George Washington's term? What year was that? What was the first presidency? What year would that have been?
So 1876 was it 1776 is when the country got founded, right? So I would assume it started in 1776. I would assume the first president would.
All right. Now we're dealing with a constitution that has been in play since 1776. Nothing in life that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, from you name it, from food to shoes to technology to TV to radio, everything has been somewhat advanced. How are we still going by a constitution that was made up by people when at the time we were slaves, considered not even human? From 1700s to now, no one has thought about remixing or changing the Constitution. That shows me.
But why change it if it's working for you? For them.
For who? That's what I'm saying. For them. Yep. That is my personal opinion too. So they have something in play for you to pick a side that's going to work for them still, regardless how it goes. So when it comes to politics, I sort of think, and I'm hoping one day that we wake up and realize how powerful the Black voice is, how powerful the Black dollar is, how powerful the Black man, Black woman, Black family is, period, and stop leaning on other institutions to dictate what we do and how we do. Now, am I smart enough to say what that exactly looks like? No, but I think there are enough Black intelligent, powerful people to sit down and go, how do we start taking care of our people and protecting our own and making sure our voice and our dollar is heard, felt, and seen in a different way? Because literally, if you ask me, how can I pick, how can you keep being trained to pick a better poison? Like, I work in the health field, so my mind state is with everything. Like, if you give me two options, like if I say, all right, over there, you mess with that person over there, you're gonna get AIDS and a critical disease and die. You mess with that person over there, you're gonna get shot. I'm not gonna mess with either one of them. But when it comes to politics, we don't have that same mind state. Like, if you tell me I gotta eat shit and then I gotta eat poison, I'm gonna tell you I'm a fast. I ain't eating either one of them. I'm gonna fast. So I think we've been put in a position to keep picking choices that don't work for us, no matter how it pans out. Like Trump is clearly a maniac. You know what I'm saying? But then you have Biden, who clearly stood by genocide. How do you
justify it?
How do you justify going, I'm gonna go vote for either one of them? Like, I'm not, for me, I couldn't be able to say, all right, I want to go vote for this dude. As far as I'm concerned, he's viewing the Arabs how he views us. And if it was vice versa, if it was vice versa between, the Arabs and Israel, would he have carried it the same way? I highly doubt it. I think anyone highly doubts it. So I really don't know. When it comes to politics now, I just try to pray and tell people, you got to make the best decision for you. But I really believe there are two wings on the same bird. And I believe there's people who run, whoever's running things, there's people that's running them regardless. Like, and that's the fact of the matter. And that'll be an argument, and people will be like, they don't understand. People who buy these people's campaigns, fund these campaigns, put money in their pockets,
Protect them. Yep.
Protect them. No one from big pharma ever goes to jail. No one from big agriculture ever goes to jail. No one that poisons people by the millions ever goes to jail. And why don't they go to jail? Because they're protected. They're in power. They're telling the people in power what to do. So I think a lot of us don't even really focus on the structure of things to even understand how powerful the president's not the most powerful guy in the country. Label wise, yeah. Name wise, job title, yeah, but respectively, he's not. My personal opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know if it humanized him, but I think for his audience and his base, it gave them a common enemy to rally against. I mean, even when you look at what he's being charged with, I think 34 counts was excessive. And I thought that the Democratic Party really thought if he's a felon going into election, there's no way he can win. And it had the complete opposite effect. And it goes to show, like, the current administration has not done the best job of looking out for the people. Like, that should have been a death mark. For, like, they killed Obama for wearing a tan fucking suit at Easter.
That's a fact.
It's like, bro, if this was Obama with 34 counts for paying off Brittany Renner, oh my God, they would have hung him in DC. Trump is going to slide into clear fucking victory in November. Like, you got to do something. And I think it's an important brand lesson. Hey, you got to campaign around the clock now because we're in a different cycle, and you have to take care of the people first. Like, people are clearly saying on both sides, rich and poor, Biden's not doing a great job. And having no fear about it. And I know people are upset about people potentially not voting, but like you said, how do you vote for the lesser of two evils? It's really tough. And also too, like, I don't agree from an integrity standpoint, but if he paid that girl $200,000 and then got $200 million, not the worst investment. I'll be real. I done took a bunch of something on dates. So I ain't never got 10x back. Oh my God. Tiana Trump, where you at? And
I think
the presidency? My God.
It's really all as far as I'm concerned, they're all on the same side. Because one, I think, to make it real simple, is no matter how you look at it, people are supposed to run the government, not government run the people. The government's supposed to be there for the people, not to dictate to the people how to live, what to do. So I think we don't even look at government the way it's set up for, what it's supposed to be set up for. I don't even think we view it as that. And then now I think it's become through technology, nothing that is serious, sacred, detrimental is no longer looked at in those aspects. Like people, the reasons people like people, I think, are for their own personal reasons and opinions without really looking at like what's being done. Like as far as I'm concerned, what has either party done for us throughout the years? If you can give me a substantial answer on here, here's what happened, here's what's being done for us, here's what's going on. Like, as far as I'm concerned, black people still get killed at the highest rate in this country. All the systematic fuck ups lean towards us more so than anything, whether it's school, hospitalization, birth rates, justice, everything still for us is nothing's kind of on an even playing field. So what has either party really done for anybody? Like, I get that, some people go, you got to pick the better poison. At some point, you're going to have to find something different to do. Like, you can't go with something that was created in the fucking 1700s. Somehow they're going to have to whip up a new constitution, maybe whip up a new party. Maybe the independent party becomes stronger with more values and more hold, and maybe with candidates you could go for. Even think about it. Like, how many people, give or take roughly, how many people you say the country of America holds?
I think it's like 300 citizens. I think 300 people in America. I think
million.
300 million. I think so. Yeah.
All right. How out of a place with 300 million plus people are you down to two candidates that suck horribly? What kind of math is that?
But like you said, people vote for a person. People love Trump because of his personality, his marketing ability. He's painted a picture. He's done a tremendous job of convincing people that he is a savior. Like, people really think that Trump is the savior. I'm not sure why they think that he's the savior, but he's convinced them. And Biden, I just feel like he just fell in he's an establishment candidate where he's been a politician for 50 years and he's done forever. He's followed the steps. He was the vice president. And it's just like, I don't think anybody's enthusiastic about Biden. I just think he's put himself in position from his life work as a politician. Trump, on the other hand, I mean,
he's put himself in a position because he's an entertainer. He knew how to entertain it. He knew how to do something different.
Trump
is what struck people's chord. Like, I even think the way he won the candidacy, I don't think they ever saw that coming in a million years. No. I don't think they was up on. He already did the fucking the apprenticeship, all this other shit. So he knew that his talking crazy.
Oh, you
a certain amount of attention. Would get him a certain amount of attention. Did that.
My theory on this is I think he when he first ran for president, it was a publicity stunt. Because if you remember, nobody took him serious. This is when Jeb Bush, George Bush's little brother, he was supposed to win. He was supposed to win.
Yeah, he was a shoe-in.
And they had, I think, Mitt Romney, and they had like a bunch of like established, well-respected Republicans, right? He came in. I honestly think that he just did it as a marketing campaign to just build his brand even more. And
also to get back at Obama for making fun of him at that.
When he acted the birth certificate.
Yeah.
But then he realized that, oh shit, I'm gaining traction. Remember, he started with like 5% of the population that was actually, and then it was like 10%, 15%. And then he was like, and then he surprised himself, I think, when he was like, yo, now you can't turn. Now, when you really see, shit, I really have a chance of being president. I'm not going to just quit. Like, I'm not going to tell everybody it was just a joke. No, fuck it. Now I'm in it to win it now. And then he
Yeah,
actually
turn it up.
does. Then he actually does win, right?
Yeah.
Because even with the way he carries himself, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, this is somebody who when you say grab him by the pussy, right? What does that mean? What does that even mean? Right? Like, I don't even know what that means, right? So it's like he is so non-traditional and nothing can hurt him, bro. Like, when you get convicted of 34, I personally have never met anybody with 34 felonies. Now, granted, they're low level, I think, but still, yeah. When you get convicted of 34 felonies in one day, that's historic. And it has no negative impact on you at all. It's crazy.
No,
And on top of that,
go ahead.
No, Styles, you go.
I said I think because I think we're dealing with multiple things at once, and this is what makes us live in the craziest times. We're dealing with technology first and foremost. We're dealing with people getting information, not doing the research on the information, just believing it. We're dealing with, believe like younger white folks. They're more open to the idea. Like, if you turn on TV now, every commercial is a mixed couple. Practically every commercial is a mixed couple. So I think younger white generation understands where the world's going. I think older white generation is trying to hold on to the power structure, the infrastructure of power. And I think with that all leads to confusion. So what I believe Trump was able to hit was the older white people and people who still feel like Democrats and other Republicans don't have the country in mind first. And then I think he not gave a fuck so much. I think people were so tired of just seeing the same old shit throughout the years. So it kind of was entertaining to people. And then it's we live in the craziest fucking times because neither one of them should have actually been a candidate.
Yeah, and if we give him credit for one thing he did incredibly well in those debates, he did the Cat Williams and pulled that curtain back and showed a lot of truth. Even in saying, hey, yeah, I didn't pay this in taxes because this is the tax loopholes, but they won't close the tax loopholes because their friends are using them. He also showed a lot about the democratic process, and also, like, it was at that time it was truth tellers versus like establishment candidates, and we're seeing this year of the truth shit kind of pan out now. In those debates, he revealed a lot of stuff that most Americans didn't know, and to be that brazen and honest and say, no, I didn't pay my fair share of taxes, but they won't close the loopholes. That was shocking to hear. I think he went awry and didn't have the right staff around him, right leadership, and I think he was in over his head. But going into those debates, like she knocked Jeb Bush out one debate, amazing. Then Hillary, 2 debates. Like, he was like Kendrick Lamar in them fucking debate. I'm like, I can't believe he's getting this shit off. Like, Jesus Christ. So when you start talking about power structure and Federal Reserve, like, he's skating in because he's not Skull and Bones. So he's in a territory where he could be assassinated because he's not one of them. There's a couple people that even have a theory about Boeing, them letting these planes go down. Because if he ends up on a Boeing plane, it won't look like a conspiracy that he died on one. Like, the politics shit is really tricky.
The politics is really, 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 really crazy shit, man. Like, you know, and I think because I sit down and have when I'm amongst my friends and personal things, we have long debates and heated debates of what's what. But I think the best thing a person could do is really go with their gut. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if you think of the times we're in, right? I'm 49. Before it got to the past 12 to 16 years, they always told you your vote was a personal thing coming up. Like, you go in the booth, you close the curtain, you hit the button, and that's that. Because there was no social media. You understand what I'm saying? So now you're watching the news, taking in what the candidate's saying, feeling what you like the most, what you believe in most. Our parents was going, I'm going to pick the best poison from that. And no one was really asking anybody who they were leaning with or who they were going with. That was literally your private fucking personal opinion. And now we're in times, because of social media, where your private and personal opinion is no longer your private and personal opinion because
very
all of
tribal.
these platforms. And then if you don't agree with someone, it's you're in a shitstorm of trouble. So I would just advise a person, follow your gut, make your best decision. Or like even people like I would have thought, like, even seeing with the new shit that's coming on, I was like, I never seen the vote shamers apologize. Like I would have thought, especially after he stood by genocide, that people will go, all right, I ain't gonna vote shame a person who doesn't want to go out and vote. Because now you left with two shitty people.
Yeah.
One who lets you know I'm gonna do shitty things, crazy things, I'm a threat to everything that you believe in. And the other guy just really sat by and stood by genocide and rooted for it and went hard with it and had no compassion. So I think we're in the craziest fucking times that we possibly could be. And if I do go on and vote, it won't be for either one of them.
Well, let me ask you.
Tell you that straight up.
Let me ask you this, switching gears. I don't know if you saw it, but Cameron had put something up where he said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said something to the effect of like black people are starting to get healthy and corporations use celebrities to influence. Like, so he was like, okay, now everybody want to go to a juice bar. Let me give Cardi B and Offset a Big Mac meal at McDonald's. Everybody want to get healthy. Fat Joe gave White Castle gave Fat Joe a hamburger, right? He's trying to say like fast food companies are using influencers, rappers.
They know with Keith Lee and Pizza Hut after that
because
scandal.
they see a trend of black people becoming healthy. You are part of the movement to become healthy in the black community, right? What's your thoughts on that?
I would agree. I would agree. I agree, but I even think it goes beyond just black people, which is the crazy part. I believe it goes with the whole entire country, and I think that's been happening. Now they use rappers, but it's been happening because how many NBA players you really think eat fast food or drink soda?
Facts.
That's true. That's a great point.
How many athletes really eat fast food and drink soda? Like, you know what I mean? So that's been happening since the beginning, for as long as I can remember. Now I think they're using rappers because they're looking for more leeway in what they do. Like, if people started being healthy, there's a lot of companies that wouldn't make as much money as they do.
It'd disrupt the system, absolutely.
It would truly disrupt the system. I personally believe it would disrupt almost every system that's in play, from school system, to jail system, political system, pharmaceutical system,
for sure.
Any system you name, that if you started practicing preventative measures and eating right, all of those systems start losing money. Every single one of them. So I believe, yes, they definitely do that with rap, but I think they do that more so on a basis of the country, or America wouldn't be the country that has one of the highest obesity problems. America wouldn't be the country when it did have COVID, when other countries had COVID prior to us, then their COVID problem left or minimized, and ours went up and the body rates was dropping. How is that when it already were in other countries and they figured out a way to, level things out? So I think we need to start looking at the country on a whole scale, which goes back to our earlier conversation, that the people you think are in charge aren't exactly the people that's in charge. There are other people in charge and other things in play that run almost everything. And I think that's another reason why white people like Trump, because they already knew that. And they said, here comes a new disruptor, and somebody that's on their own. This is somebody who didn't traditionally go by any of their systems came to play. As you were saying, Ian, so he told a bunch of shit that was happening that people
Yeah.
couldn't believe. I believe that was a, dog call, dog whistle to his
Yep.
folks of what's going on. And so I think it's just the times we live in, because even so with the, I think black people, we're just the first target on the list with everything.
Absolutely.
I think we're the number one target because, we spread culture, we spread love, we influence a lot of things. But the way the system works now, I don't think the upper class 1%, 2% of white people give a fuck about the other 98, 99% of white people. I don't think we're in those days anymore. And I think the world knows it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts. Ian, what's your thoughts on this health revolution that we're in currently?
I'll talk about it every week, probably for the last 20 weeks. Some of the most profitable companies on earth, I would say, are in that poison index. Liquor, fast food, like pharma. Eli Lilly's at 800 something bucks a share. Great investment, but if I'm going to be very honest, I don't think the pharmaceutical industry has our best interest at heart. There's a reason why even when Michelle Obama got into office, they made her change her program around healthy living. Like, there's a power structure that is over what we see, like Styles keeps alluding to, that even as first lady, she couldn't tell the school system to put certain foods in the school. Damn. Okay. So I think by design, if I go get influencers to, tell people to go make you go get the Popeyes chicken, or now Keith Lee, like Pizza Hut had a scandal. Now they bring Keith Lee in to now bring some of our culture and audience over them to save them from what they were promoting inside of Pizza Hut. Like, it's the same game, it's just different players. And that's why, like, when you go to other countries, you can eat the same food in another country, not be bogged down, not gain as much weight, not have the same cravings, because there's certain ingredients that are being added to our foods that are not allowed in other countries. So
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Itself to think, why are we eating ingredients that are banned in other countries?
Yes.
Like, how is that even possible? Like, that's so. I think they know to keep people off their 1-2, and I think it was more so on focusing on hip hop, because if hip hop wakes up, the world wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
When hip hop wakes up, the whole world wakes up. It's the most influential genre that's I would say ever existed within our lifetimes. It starts off from a group of people who were left out, who figured out we're making our own way. Now, if you think about it in terms of shit, hip hop's 1 year older than I am. If you think about that in the span of a lifetime of a man and going, or person, lady, man, person, whatever you want to call it. If just think about if a person was able to make that much change in a lifetime, and how far they've got, and how much influence they have on people who don't even speak their language, live in their country. It's been able to spread throughout the world. So I think hip hop, them going with hip hop is a way of, one, they know most people aren't informed. Most people do these things in their lifestyle anyway. And then it's like, all right, if we could grab the culture with doing this, it'll be
Travis Scott. Yeah.
It'll be simpler. Like somebody with a fast food deal, an alcohol deal, you name it, they're gonna get much more light than the rapper who's talking about books, working out, myself, health minded, juice bars. They'll rather put the money behind something that they know is gonna hurt instead of help, because that keeps their pockets filled. That keeps that cycle going. That keeps that 1%, 2% class that are running everything. That keeps them running everything. So
Well, it's crazy for me. I went to Asia 7 yees ago, and I never forget, I was in Thailand, and I was eating, what was I eating? Pineapples. I was eating some stuff, right? and it didn't taste. It tasted like I never tasted pineapples like that before. Like it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't taste bad, but I didn't taste like a pineapple. And I noticed this a few times. I had a milkshake and ruined my stomach, and I realized that this was actually real. This was like the real food.
Real food. Yep.
I realized that I personally have never tasted pineapples before, which is crazy, right? Like my whole entire life, the pineapples that I'm eating has some level of dye, artificial coloring, something has been altered in it, right? And that was the first time I actually was eating food that didn't have the chemicals, didn't have the process, wasn't messed with
or modified. Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Like so we don't even, I say that to say, we don't even realize how much stuff we're putting in our body, right? Like these like frozen foods. Somebody said that like if a food can't die, like if a food can't expire
or mold, yeah.
Think about that, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's a food product.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if ants won't eat it if you drop, like it's like if you can throw some fast food on the ground and dogs won't eat it.
Then you got to start thinking about it. Like even so with me, like even like I try to tell people, I'm just, as far as health, I'm not growing my own fruits or veggies, so they tampered with. Everything that's here is tampered with. Like
tampered, yeah.
So you just have to make the best choice. Like I had to tell my homie the other day, I'm like, now even as a plant-based person, right? Because you go, that's what I'm saying about powers to be, is very much in a higher place than the people that we put in office, right? How can you call something organic if it doesn't have seeds?
Facts.
Think about that.
Or
like,
or pesticides on it. Yeah.
How can you call it organic if this watermelon doesn't have seeds in it?
And which is so hard to find now.
If the grapes don't have seeds in it,
yep.
How is it really organic?
So this is genetically modified food.
It's a genetically modified food. And then like sometimes like even I buy things and I'm like, all right, I left this batch of kale in the fridge. It's been a week and a half. How is the kale still super fresh? Nothing.
Fresh.
It's fresh.
Cantaloupe, great. No mold. Yeah.
No mold. Fresh. Now, like you know, and you got to start questioning things. So now, like it's like you have to say to yourself, I'm in a fucked up position, and this goes back to like I just got to make the best decision on what's gonna work for me, what I think is personally gonna work for me, or how I could get around things. Because this, how could you say anybody's for us? When you actually think about all of the things that we actually spoken about since we've been on, from the food to the viruses. How is anybody on either side with us? Like, even so, like, here's what's crazy. You know what was really crazy to me? We've never had this virus within our lifetime, right? Not our grandparents or anything. How did it become political? From the jump, from the beginning. Like, it's not like they said, yo, for this one issue, fuck what we vote on or think. We're going to get together as human beings and figure it out. It was still super political. It's still the Republicans felt this way. The Democrats felt this way.
Because I think it took on themes, right? So the actual virus took on a theme of, for the Republicans, the libertarian, the small government. I don't want you intruding. I don't want you telling me what to do. The Democrats, it took on a theme of big government. You should listen to us because we know what's best for you, right? So it's like now you have states like California and New York where they're telling you what to do. States like Texas where they're like, yo, you could do whatever you want to do. So now it's not so much the virus. These people are attaching their own agendas and their own themes and making it relevant to the virus, right? Which is dangerous.
That shouldn't be allowed.
Dangerous because they're not implying any science to it. They're just applying what they personally think. But that just, that's actually a good point because that goes to everything, right?
And then is it really the United States at that point?
No,
Is
never
it
been
really
united
the
in a
United
long time.
States
No.
of America at that point?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? So it's so much out there that I don't think we look at from a certain standpoint and are able to view it and go, well, this doesn't make any fucking kind of sense. This is kind of really like all over the place. Like
Yeah.
and then think of on another note, how could a virus that doesn't know skin color, size, any of that shit, how did we get affected the most by it?
Well, I think we had the most pre-condition, right? Pre-existing
How?
conditions. Black people are sicker than white people, right? High blood
Or you
pressure.
can manufacture a bioweapon out of a Chinese lab in Wuhan.
The hot take. That's a hot take. But
It came out of hot like it is.
I like
You
that
think the
more,
motherfucker sat down
I
with
like that
tortillas
more, Ian. I'm going
and
with that
bat soup, and then it got from China to Compton and Chicago and Gary and East St. Louis, and it fucked us up the most on accident?
no, but I'm with you.
I
But
don't believe it's coincidence.
we're also the most vulnerable, right? Because
Me either.
we're the sickest. We Black people are the sickest in society, unfortunately, right? We overweight more. We have high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, you name it, right? That all weakens your immune system, right?
And
So-
why though? We have to ask. Now this goes back to my original joint. How's either side for us? If we're in 2024 and it's still like this, and there's been plenty of Democratic presidents, there's been plenty of Republican presidents. How is either party for us if we're still in this particular predicament and condition?
Well, let me ask you
If
this.
the parties in charge aren't changing the systems to say this can't be anymore.
So I had a conversation with 19 Keys about this yesterday. The political part, I think at this point, yeah, nobody's for Black people, right? But my thing is this: when do we start taking self-accountability? Because, okay, at a certain point in time, maybe 50 years ago, 100 years ago, but in 2024, you should be educated enough to know that if you eat a bacon, egg, and cheese every single, that's probably not beneficial for you, right? If you're smoking cigarettes every single day, that's probably not good for your lungs, right? So at some point in time, when do we
the
take
strawberry vape smell good though? They made the vape smell like candy.
That's a fact. And hookah, don't forget hookah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No hookah. So, but when do we start taking responsibility of like, yo, I shouldn't be eating Dunkin' Donuts every single day, right? I'm intelligent enough to know that this shit is bad for me, and it's actually costing me more money. That's the thing. Like, by the time you pay for your drugs and do all this shit, eating bad, being sick is the most expensive thing that you can actually ever do.
It truly is.
Absolutely.
It truly is. And that's the war we're losing, because we're not looking like the things you just mentioned is why we as a people should be focused on, and not saying being vegan or being a super tree hugger, gym rat or anything, but just working on the balance. Because the facts is, if those are the statistics, right, then as you say, when is the people that we go, all right, let's make this move, let's do this. And then you do have plenty of people who do that, but the system,
Get vilified.
they're going to get vilified, or they're not going to get supported like the next person, or they're going to get put onto a box. Like, they program Black people to think health isn't for them. Like, anytime, even if I have a conversation and somebody be like, yo, shit's too expensive, I'll be like, yo, get the fuck out of here. You got no Jordans, you got the newest iPhone, you with all the trends. Don't give me that shit as expensive shit. Everything is expensive. If you got the newest phone that you didn't really need, if you on 15 when 12 still works, you got the new J's, every colorway, you got the fucking latest drip on. Like, get the fuck out of here. We're talking about eating good is too expensive. Like, grow the fuck up. Yeah. Grow up and stop saying stupid shit to me. So that's my kind of new point. Like, I agree, straight up,
but
don't
should we be accountable if the poison is being placed on us? Same with Fauci. Let's say he did have some involvement. We can't blame the people that got COVID if he got paid for it. It's the same who filters the drugs into our communities and the guns. And it's the same conversation. Like, I do think we need accountability, but I think we're probably more misinformed now than Black people have ever been.
Definitely. I
We
get
let
what's from that here.
late last.
When you say we're well, what do you mean by that? Because I think we have more information now than we ever have been.
But people are dumber than
Two
ever.
things could be true
You're
at the
dumb
same
as
time.
fuck.
Two things could
Dumb
be
as
true at the
fuck.
same time. And those
Now
two
that's me.
things are
Zoom in
true.
on me. People dumb as fuck. No common sense. Most men can't change a tire or make a girl come. More information, that's great. What are y'all doing with it? Y'all debate all day like y'all skipping Shannon and y'all not skipping Shannon. Dog, it'd be more conversations online about dumb shit. And there's a plethora of information that you can learn from, that you can test. Even like if you take when almond milk got popular, that was a healthy alternative, and then they demonized that and made that unhealthy. Then coconut milk and the same thing. These are even a Fauci thing. People is like, you're a conspiracy theorist. $690 million ain't no fucking conspiracy.
No. Because people
To one
what
agency?
what you questioning is showing a sign of intelligence, using common sense, a sign of I'm going to think, break it down, figure out what's here. And when you do that, it's like it fucking upsets people. Even if
Absolutely.
everybody's going, yo, we're wearing red, and you're going, why is everybody wearing red? What's the point? Can we do this? Now you're the fucking you're a villain. So it is like we do have the most information, but people are misinformed the most because
And most people get the information off Instagram, if we're gonna be honest.
for sure. And without fact checking it, without doing no, that's the shit that
No
kills me.
research.
It's like, yo, bro, the information is there for you to do some sort of research or find out, or you could get, maybe you can't get an A+ on the paper, but you got enough information to get a C and to figure out, I could see what's happening, or I could see what's going on here, and move from there. But people hear something and the information is there, not everybody's using it though.
That's a fact. So before we leave, my last question for you is: so you've championed marijuana, right? Heavy, but now I see you also are championing mushrooms, like microdosing.
Really?
So
Yeah, I've always championed that as well.
Okay, well, I wasn't fully aware. So talk about this. This is interesting because so just to give you some background, I never smoked weed ever in my life, right? So
not one time?
Never. So I can't fully, I could understand it because I've been around people that smoke weed my whole entire life. So I could have an understanding of how it feels to be high from experiencing it, from watching somebody be high, right? But this mushroom thing is really interesting to me because I'm a scared person. I feel like it's just my luck. I take a mushroom.
Oh, for real.
Jumping off a bridge. I'm gonna jump
and
off.
Never come back. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna jump off a bridge.
I'll be smoking the chicken coop.
Exactly. But I've been hearing even like a lot of educated people that I really respect their opinions. They have told me about this microdosing situation and how. So talk me through this and let me know what's the benefits of it for you? How does it enhance your thinking ability? Like what's the whole deal with that?
I think that's the benefits, what you said. I believe, I think different strokes for different folks, and I think it's more of a personal thing. For me, I'm a spiritual person, so I feel it opens the third eye up. It opens your spirit up. It enhances how you're thinking or what you're thinking. It makes you think on a different plane, and it just kind of. I believe a lot of people deal with the physical all day, but at the same time, I think we negate or neglect the spiritual realm and the connections we have, with the earth, the stars, the moon, under the earth, side of the earth, other beings, this and that. And I think if you're, I'm basically a black hippie, so
Gotcha.
if you're in a vibration of the earth and other people,
the vibration of the earth is a bar. I got you.
Yeah, it puts you in a place of like if I do a mushroom, I'm really happy, and I may go to the side and pray for the whole world and pray for unrealistic shit like world peace and world health. But it feels good to just be in the space of having your mind further open, having the colors you look at seem more enhanced, more brighter, to be able to, whoever you hanging around with, feel that energy, the vibration of their inner being. Because you could have a bad trip too. Like if you're around a fucked up person and fucked up company, most likely you'll have a bad trip. Like say if it's you, Ian, Troy, your boys, y'all decide to microdose, do a couple shrooms, y'all vibration is already connected and y'all already on the same level somewhat, to where you'll be going through the trip together. That's why I think a trip's amazing. When you take a trip with someone you fuck with, it's like you kind of laughing at the same shit, seeing the same shit, watching a show, breaking it down, a certain movie, breaking it down totally different than you would typically analyze it. So same with cannabis and with mushrooms. Like I say, uh, if it's something you do. If it's something you don't do, don't. If it's something you're interested in, try it, but try it in a safe environment around safe people. Don't be somewhere where you got to drive. If you think you're gonna jump off somewhere, don't be somewhere you're gonna jump off something.
Have you done have you done the ayahuasca?
No, but I want to, but I don't. I want to go out the. I want to
Peru?
make
Go to
sure
the
I'm out the
mountains.
country. Yeah, I want to be out the country for that, and with a real shaman and all of that, and be able to really enjoy the experience and what's going on. Like you ever done edibles?
I've never done anything.
One
Yeah,
time.
then. No, you should stay away from it then, because you're gonna be high as fuck. You'll be high. You'll be high. You'll be high as motherfucker.
Sleepy time.
You'll be
I
high.
had 5 milligrams.
You'll
Was
be
done
so
for. I'm
high.
like, never
But if
again.
you microdose though, but a lot of people who have created a lot of things in this world that we use
No, it's a fact.
have used some sort of form of tripping out or getting higher. Like even the like we used to the word getting high. Like there's people who get high, and then there's people who get high as in high vibrations, higher thinking, higher consciousness, higher energy, higher level of love. So when people here just get high, they just kind of think get high. Then there's people who get high like Bob Marley, for instance.
Mind elevation.
Mind elevation and being able to see. So now we are in a world where people tamper with everything, and shit is, you got to watch where you get your weed from, watch where you get your shrooms from, watch where you get your food from, watch where you get your advice from, watch who you talk
Absolutely.
to, watch what you watch what you listen to, watch what you breathing in, watch where you hanging out. So everything from this point in life, you should know that you have to watch and make judgment and adjustments to the people you're around and the things you're learning and the things you wanna do. And I think if you do that, you'll be in a good spot.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Styles, always a pleasure, man. Anything you want to tell the audience?
Always good, brother.
Any initiatives that you're working on, or your business?
Oh, I
And
just
it's
like
just
to
tell them where to go.
we have an NPO called Farmer Kids. Check us out. We're building up more parks, and everybody get a juicer, a blender, and all the black farmers farm more, and we need more black farmers, and everybody start gardening and just be healthy as you possibly can, and don't spread no negative energy. Love is love.
There you
Real
have
quick, as an MC, if Drake didn't write back to back, is his career over?
If he didn't write back to back,
If you mean like if back to back never came out?
No, like if somebody penned it for him.
Oh, if he had a ghostwriter for back to back?
no. I would say no, Ian, because he was proven to have a ghostwriter already, and it didn't finish him. It didn't finish him. We heard Quentin's reference track. I think with Drake, he's like a mega pop star. Like I've always put him in the arena of like Kanye. He's like kind of a hip hop pop star. I think just getting wrapped up in all of the genres as far as street, elite level MCing, pop, you can't be everything at once. And I think, at some time or another, we all learn that. And I think the guy could fucking sing, hit notes, talk to girls, all of this shit. So I don't think he'll ever be discredited. But on an MC, as an MC, once you have a ghostwriter, the other MC is just gonna look at you a different way. But he's also, a pop star and a huge artist. So he'll be fine.
I do want to ask you a hip hop question because I am a hip hop historian.
Okay, we got some convo.
Well, I have one question because I heard Kiss, shout out to Kiss. He said, I'm paraphrasing, but he was saying that this Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef wasn't as good as him and Benny Siegel. Now, my personal opinion, this is a hot take.
Good point.
I think Drake and Kendrick Lamar had the best rap battle of all time.
Maybe third.
Let me explain it. Never in history have we seen people drop music this quickly, right? But they dropped 6 songs in 10 days. That's historic within itself.
That's crazy.
Never was anybody under this much pressure. Because remember when Ether came out, there was no social media. So Nas could take 6 months to write Ether and nobody cared. There was so much pressure every single day. Millions of people was viewing it. The third point is that they lived up to expectation. Kendrick Lamar, they dropped great records. That Ain't Like Us, that's a #1 record. Drake actually dropped good records. It's just he got
Family Matters was fire. Yeah.
Family Matters was fire. So it's like they both was at the top of their games, right? So all of those weighing all of those factors in for me.
No, not at all.
What are your top 5 then?
Not at all. I give it in the top 5, but I wouldn't give it top 3 or #1. Not whatsoever, because I'm telling you from an MC standpoint. I looked at the battle like Drake has been, and things that Kendrick was actually saying. Drake has been confirmed, which we all know, having a ghostwriter or ghostwriters in the past. So I didn't view that battle the way you viewed it. Like, you know what I mean? Song-wise, looks-wise, I could agree to all of that. But just from if this was another time, if there would have been if you would have heard Nas or Hov had a ghostwriter, null and void.
Yeah.
If you would have heard Ice Cube or NWA had
Tupac.
a ghostwriter, null and void. Beanie or Kiss had a ghostwriter, null and void. Nobody would have even paid attention because, and this is because I'm an elder statesman. This is why I would say age gap probably has something to do with my answer. With Drake having a ghostwriter confirmed before, as I say, I don't take anything from him as a huge hip hop artist, but just as a Jedi MC, it was like, he was able to pull it off on Meek with the back-to-back, even after being proven having a ghostwriter and still exists. But I think if this was years ago, this wouldn't even been considered a battle for the fact that he's been accused and we've witnessed an actual ghostwriting thing. So I think that makes the whole everything null and void, because now it's questionable. As Ian asked me before I even said, what if he didn't write back-to-back? So if you got somebody that's questionable,
rumblings.
That's almost like a boxer on steroids. The ghostwriter,
it's like Barry Bonds.
it's kind of like, you're on steroids if you got a bunch of ghostwriters back there. Once you get you're questionable for it. How can we put you up there? I think the real one out of it all was J. Cole for taking care of his mental health and fading out early. He did the smart thing.
But also, Kiss said that he didn't understand. He was disappointed as an MC, as a lyric. Because I was talking, shout out to Mike. So I was talking to my son and Graph before this battle happened, when Kendrick first dropped Like That, right? It was me, my son, and Graph. We was having a conversation. And obviously they super dope MCs. And I was saying that all of our consensus was that J. Cole would be the winner. This is before J. Cole dropped out. We were all excited because we all thought that J. Cole was the best lyricist and the most relatable person that people can really understand his lyrics. And so we were all most excited to hear J. Cole's diss record. So when he dropped out. I understand it, I respect it, but it was just disappointing because I feel like he kind of, it was high expectations to see what he would have done put in the hot seat. You wasn't disappointed?
I was disappointed as a rapper, as an advocate for mental health and well-being of yourself. I was actually proud of him because he knew he would be dragged through the mud for doing what he did. I'm pretty sure he knew that, but he chose his vibration over being into something that he probably let people drag him into in the first place. If as an MC, I've been listening to all three of those gentlemen for a while. J. Cole is a sniper. He's a guy who lives on a high vibration level, does things in his life that works for his lifestyle, what he's doing. He's the kid who people said was boring in the beginning, who stuck to the boredom, stuck to the script, didn't change his past, and grew to be one of the greatest MCs. And he was just sniping people from the roof, sniping from the roof, living his lifestyle. The internet, social media, the fans, the MCs dragged him down to the level of living in a life that he did not want to live.
Wait. He said for 5 years, I'm the best. Don't none of y'all want to fuck with me.
Yeah.
They didn't drag him to write that.
That's sniper shit.
But then when they get the Draco and start shooting back, you can't be like, yo, war over.
He did the right thing. Because the point I'm making, Ian, is there's two types of people in war. There's people who love to live on the front line of it.
I got you.
Which Kendrick was showing you. I want to be on the front line of it.
Yeah,
I'm with all the smoke. Fuck you, him, and all of that. I'm comfortable with it. I don't care if we friends. I don't care if we enemies. I'm here for that frontline action. J. Cole was built to be the sniper. So when he got to the front line, it was most likely disrupting his vibration. And before he was saying he was the best, but it wasn't. They were all saying they're the best.
It wasn't
so
battle.
It wasn't like he was the only one saying he's the best.
Yeah.
Drake was saying he's the best. Kendrick was saying he's the best. So they're all just kind of on their post saying they're the best. Kendrick was willing to draw the line in the sand and step over it. And and that's the difference. And that wasn't fucking with his vibration because we don't even know what Kendrick's doing on a day-to-day basis. He's like an alien. We don't see him. We don't hear from him. We don't know what's going on. But when he comes, he's coming to bring it to your grill. And that was the difference. Even when he took a minute to respond to Drake came with the first smoke. And I was telling my homie, I was like, oh, no, this Kendrick's an MC, so he's gonna be sitting back, planning this out. He's waiting. He's loaded up, and as you see, he was ready for frontline action. Family Matters came out. Meet the Grams later that night.
That's
crazy, bro.
That means he had his guns ready for the front line.
That's another reason why I think it's the best ever because I never seen Chess play at the highest level. Like you said, to me, he had to already record that record. So now I'm thinking he recorded 3 different records, depending on if you want to go, if you want to diss my family, I got a record for you dissing my family. If you want to just play nice, I got a record that we can play nice. So the way he thought this out strategically, because Drake's not dumb either. Drake is a strategic dude too. So the strategicness of it was fun to watch for me as somebody that's thinking this through.
It was beautiful. It was the best of this time. You know what I'm gonna say? It was definitely the best of this era. I think every era has it because Ice Cube and NWA beefs was crazy. The shit they were saying was totally fucking ridiculous. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, that shit was that was no hold barred. And then the one thing I didn't like about it, but I did like it. I don't know. See, I'm my 180 negative, 180 positive was coming out in this.
Yeah,
I didn't like the pettiness, but I really appreciated it.
You gotta loved it, yeah.
I really appreciated
it. Was clever.
The levels they was going to be petty on. It was amusing to me. And one thing I did like about it, what I thought was needed for this era was, if you're gonna pick a fight with somebody, whether it's verbally or in real fight or in real life, you better be prepared for the other person to fight how they fight. Like, I think the new hip hop hasn't seen competitiveness in so long that they're like, these guys are going too far. They're dragging each other down in the mud. I think a lot of people that know hip hop was competitive.
Whoa, wait. This is my last point. No, as black people, no, this is something. No, people say like, yo, there's no rules. There's no rules in war. There's no rules in hip hop. I don't agree with that. There are rules in war. This is why there are literally rules in war. And when you break those,
who follows them? We're talking about the genocide. We're seeing it real time right now.
Exactly. That's my point. So I just feel like there are rules. Like Tony Montana said, no women, no kids. The only I didn't like when you
niggas said it and then go fuck somebody else's girl.
You have when you have a verse to somebody's kid, when you have the man rapped to a 5-year-old. That probably is the most disrespectful moment in hip hop history. No, that's too far. That's too far. Like, no. You crossed too many lines at that point in time, bro.
Yeah, Drake. Now I'm pro Drake.
You can't rap to a 5-year-old.
I was on Drake's side first. Did he bring up the family first with the Whitney? He was talking about the Whitney shit a year ago and alluding to that.
Everybody has said, I'm not excusing this. Traditionally, there's a precedent being set up. I had sex with your wife, and people have traditionally said that throughout hip hop history. Nobody has ever really had a verse talking to a 5-year-old, explaining to them that their father's a deadbeat, that their father's not shit. I've never heard that ever. Right? That's diabolical.
Don't talk about the family, Crody. You talk about my family. Listen, like it could have went worse.
That's like saying you're a black belt. I don't know you're a black belt. I punch you in the face. You decide to punch me in the face, break my arm, my knee, and my leg. Whose fault is it? It's my fault for punching you in your face. You have to know thy opponent. You have to say some like, and as Ian said, there's rules in war, but who follows them? Like, and if you want to win the war,
family, you can't play with that. Yeah,
you can't play with that. So once you drag me to a limit, then I'm looking to drag you to a further limit. It's not like I'm looking to match the limit you just went. I was like, okay, you want to bring up my lady, you want to bring up the family, you want to bring all that up. Now it's no limit to what I'm gonna do. So yeah. I don't think that's just for
absolutely, but you can't initiate that. That's why I tell people, like, when they be having them beefs online, I'm like, to you it may be online until their cousin sees you in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You can't pull them back. It's tough, man.
Yeah.
Leave the family and kids out. But like, if you mentioning that boy wife, even if they're having problems or not, you crossing the line. Okay, great.
Now to say, like, you can't really say where the lines go. What if he would have said after the wife thing, I'm not even gonna say nothing. When I see this thing, I'm punching him in his fucking face. And then we say it's too far. You don't know the next person's temperament and where they're willing to take it. Is why respect is a big factor. Like, why as men, even in real life, how we delegate ourselves, there's people you could beat the shit out of. I'm not gonna talk to them less than the dude I know who can fight. I'm gonna speak to them the same way because I don't know where them consequences may lie if I decide that I could just up and speak to this dude however the fuck I want to speak to him. He may feel like, all right, I can't get him in this way. Now I gotta go this way and decide to up it. So you gotta be careful.
Think about it from Kendrick's perspective. Let's say him and his wife having issues, and then Drake say something about the family. The first time Kendrick argued with his wife, well, you didn't say nothing to Drake. Oh, they love to do that. You got to defend the family, yo.
I didn't even think about that one.
For real. You get turned up with your wife when you didn't say no when he said nothing about the family. Oh my God. It's tough, man. Yeah. It's tough. It's no money in war unless you sell arms. But my final rap question for you. I'm diehard Tupac fan, but I want to know, when y'all got in the booth and Big had a verse and y'all had to write from a performance standpoint, like, because we were talking about this yesterday on Market Mondays, like how to put on the show, be entertaining, give great information. When you have that pressure on you, like, how are you able to step up to what Big was writing? Because I feel like you and Jada was the only ones who ever kept up with Big. Well, what was that pressure like?
No. We got it. We can't say that, Ian. There's been a lot of people. His name is Jay-Z.
Okay,
Like,
we can put Jay in there.
crazy.
Big got the best of Jay.
Debatable. That's debatable.
I think all great MCs
What?
believe that. I think a thing with being a MC.
Hold on, what song Jay get big on?
Brooklyn, finest. They back and forth. Brooklyn
You can't
finest.
say that. I can't.
He didn't get the best. He didn't get the best. He didn't get the best of them.
He kept up. Yeah.
Kept up. He
They
kept
went back and forth.
He
Yeah.
kept the other
They was
joint
back and
up.
forth. They was 1-2. They was one guard, two guard, and so it was that was the beautiful thing. I believe all MCs have a chip on their shoulder to go when you go in there. It's two ways to look at it, right? Same way what you guys do. What makes you different from the 1,000 other people who want to be doing what you're doing? The level of confidence and believing that you know what you're just doing, what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
When you allow pressure either makes diamonds or bust pipes. So
Gotcha.
you got to think about that from the jump, and then you should always go in with a level of ferocity and a level of, I'm that fucking dude. I don't give a fuck who's on the track. If I'm here, he got to work hard. And I think when you go into things like that, it makes it a little more easier for you. Like you have to have a level of confidence that's to know that you know the MC club, the like lyrical real MC club is the way they say basketball is a certain club and the Marines and the Navy Six is a certain club. That's an elite club to be in to go, you know, times changing, it forms new circles, but it's like even with the battle we just mentioned, Cole, Kendrick, Drake, few other MCs at the time know there's not that many MCs on their level. So they share something in common. They're from the same time period, same kind of skill set, same enjoyment for what they do. And then there's not that many people they could turn to and go, this guy does what I do. Like, you know what I mean? Or this person. So it's a very, you're not looking around, you're looking around the room and you're not seeing that many people who do it. So that amount of level and that level of respect also kind of puts a battery in your back to be competitive, which makes hip hop competitive. It's like there's not that many of us, and I sure didn't come here to be fucking number 5 or 3 or 2. Like I came to be number 1, and you know things fall where they fall. You're not always number 1, but as long as you got that dog in you, you're always they always have to mention you.
Yeah.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Styles, my brother, always a pleasure, man. Thank you for joining us, bro.
Thanks for having me. Love, y'all.
All good, man.
Peace.
Yes, sir. Styles.
Shout out to Styles, man. Good brother. Does good business too. Like easy to work with. Oh, good guy, man.
Always great conversation when we talk to Styles.
Yeah.
Very opinionated. And you know, just interesting guy, like people like that just have different sides of their personality. Like, you know, like you say, he might be hugging a tree, he might be gangster rap one day, he might be you know, on mushrooms, you know, figuring out.
To see his evolution has been crazy. Like amazing growth.
For sure.
Like, because back in the day,
no, Styles, that people don't understand. Styles was
you see Styles now, but boy.
Styles was the muscle. Like he was the one that was like, you know, he was the feared one as far as like his reputation was always just a problem. Like, you know what I mean? Like Styles was a problem. But now he's just a good, you know, just a good dude and
good chill guy.
Really pushing the health agenda. So that's something that I think that is needed. It's needed, man. Yeah, we covered a lot of topics. Fauci, Trump.
Felon boys.
Felon boys. FNF. The real
boy, real FNF crew for real. My God. Oh my God. Listen, I don't wish jail on nobody, but this Fauci shit is gonna heat up.
When did this how did it just pop back up again? Because remember, we spoke about him last week, and then all of a sudden he's back in. Like we said what happened to Fauci.
Where's he been? He was in Barbados, but they had to call what his friend, his business partner went, testified in a hearing, and then now he's being called. So I mean, if I have some questions, some other people have questions as well. And I think I think the big theme of this year is just like not only integrity but doing the right thing. I think if he would have just said, listen, we tried to do the research to prevent the virus from happening, something happened, people would have totally understood that. Cool. I think it's when you start to cover up issues. My dad used to tell me this as a kid, like, yo, if you mess up, just tell me, I can deal with that. Like, but when you start lying and covering it up, that's when I'm going to go crazy. Like,
it gets worse. It becomes compounded. A lie on top of a lie before you.
Now you go into character.
Now you're doing too much. Now you're just doing too much.
Yeah.
After a while, it's just like, okay, like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All right.
Speaking of character, I need some advice. What's the best way to cancel a date with somebody that you may not want to go on? This is for a friend, not for me.
Have you gone on a date already, or
no?
Oh, it's the first date.
Yeah.
Not easy. Yo, I can't make it. Anything, something's come up. I gotta go to
I think it's politically correct. Oh, okay.
Gotta go to a basketball game, I mean,
training camp. Got you.
you want all right.
Hypothetically, but I need some help.
Anytime you involve a child, you can't argue with that.
That's big facts.
It's just, it's that I'm just being honest, like, I'm saying? Like, if you involve a child, there's no pushback that anybody can give in regards to I gotta go to my son's soccer game.
Yeah. That's an easy way to cut you off. You push back on that? Oh, you think I'm gonna pick you over him? Let's play a game and never have I ever. Nope.
That's the number one. That's the number one. If you really want to go. Other than that, it's like, something came up. I gotta, work, or I gotta film the show. I gotta,
Blackout live this week, baby girl. So
Blackout is live.
Black. You see the Black Ranger?
Black Ranger?
Yeah, remember from the Power Rangers? My boy was out vibing. He I put the little post up. He had 3 of them on vacation, poly vibes. I may change my mind on the poly too. I said one thing earlier this year, but
he's doing the poly life?
Yeah, and happily, like me and Ty saw him last year in LA, and 2 of them I thought they was just, work wives or some shit. I said, oh, this boy really getting this off. If he got 3, I know I can get 2 tattoo index.
He's black?
Yeah.
What's the girls?
I don't know the other. One's Rosa Acosta, so that one may not count. Shout out to Rosa.
Oh, he got Rosa Acosta as part of his harem?
Yeah.
What happened to her? I haven't seen her in over a decade.
I don't want to say too much. I can't upset everybody. Tell the truth. You know what I mean?
Oh, gotta love it. Oh, you gotta love it. Oh, you gotta love it.
For real, you gotta love it, yo. Hey. Okay.
Hey,
soccer game. Yeah. Flag football. Oh, yep. Got you. By my nose. Final question. If I don't book the flight this year, but the assistant does it still count as me breaking my rule from earlier this year or no?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If it comes from your credit card
or my account,
if it comes from your account, credit card, Cash App, Venmo, or bank account, wire transfer, Fidelity.
I'm gonna have an update for you next week.
So you breaking
accountability?
You breaking the rules?
I thought about it. It's June. I got 6 more months.
It's nothing wrong with the flight play, man. It's not wrong.
Oh, to the fly me out people, can y'all approve my application? I've been waiting.
Fellas, book the flights, fellas.
Nah, I'm holding out this year.
Book the flights, man. What's a Comfort Plus seat going to cost you in the grand scheme of life, bro?
It ain't about the cost. Invest in yourself.
Sometimes you got.
I gotta stand firm.
You gotta give an advancement. It's an advance. It's an advance.
And listen, it's been working all year. They've been helping Delta on their own this year. So cool. Oh my God, your Bahamas trip look like a vibe. Oh, okay. Book something. Yeah. And just because somebody be in the same location I'm at don't mean that they there with me. Yeah, we're gonna get to talk. I'm respecting privacy. But no. Oh my God, like are you exploring anything? Nah, just because she there and I'm there don't mean we there together. Nah.
It's a figment of imagination. Coincidence?
No, babies, but
a coincidence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We just happened to be in Tahiti at the same time.
At the same time. If we was together, you'd have seen me post it. I don't hide none of mine. Oh, and to all y'all, oh my God, is this the way you want to go with your life at your age? Yeah.
Yes.
Until I find a wife? Yeah. What you mean?
Yes. Actually.
This is your plan just to go on vacation with women? I know all of them. Yeah. I wanna go.
Yes.
The boy told you he never had real pineapple till he went out the country. I want some pineapples. Come on, let's go vibe. We can go on a boat, a ski-doo or something.
This is
Yeah, y'all get me with that.
exactly what I want to do.
Absolutely. It's big. When's Micah Monday World Tour? Hit Instagram. I'm be on tour with something. Be on tour. I don't hide nothing. Oh, and another thing too. If we went on one date, I'm not your man. My man. Stop that. I hate that shit. Oh,
well, that's happening a lot. It's a lot of false claiming. You meet somebody and it's like, yo, oh, I heard you dated. Dating and all right, dating and going on a date are two different things.
Two different things. I respect you. I appreciate you. I think you're amazing. But my man, and I'm disappointed. I'm like, girl, we ain't even had no tortillas yet. And if I say it's a date, it's a date. I'm not spending 9 days with you. I took off time for work, so I figured we can go to Target. I don't go to stores myself. I ain't put my gas all year. I'm cool. No, baby, we can spend 7 days together. I'm good. I am good. But these are just jokes written by 85 South. And not a reflection of my true self. So
there you
had a lot said in paragraphs, but on the phone it was different.
Oh, it was different vibe.
Oh yeah, I just missed you, and I was heartbroken over one date. Damn, girl. Shout Toronto. See, you smart. You ain't saying nothing like how you see. You stay on the Troy side. Troy Joy. Don't be dumb.
Politically correct. I might offend my political connects.
Facts. It ain't good, boy. Every time this show come out, can we talk after? Oh my God. Yeah, we can.
Can we talk?
Hey. Yep.
For a minute.
Hey.
For a minute.
You proud I ain't asking no questions about the refrigerator in that radio interview? What's that?
What you mean?
That was a classic moment because they said he wanted to throw a refrigerator on somebody.
On Puff. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Classic moment.
Oh.
Puff said, you ain't throwing nothing on nobody. Why are you up there talking tough? I said, damn. But I want y'all to talk about Fauci as much as y'all do Puff.
Did you hear Cameron's freestyle?
Yeah, I did.
So he went crazy, but one of the lines he said, he was like, I'm paraphrasing. He was like, sorry to the CNN report. He's like, but I know the play. They want to get a black woman to get a black man to kill a black man that's already dead. Like, that's a fact. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they kill a black man that's already dead.
That's a bar.
That's a bar.
I feel like I'm shooting back at Anthony Edwards, but I understand that he had to do it. But
yeah, I mean, he said fuck buddy. So, Cam's like 50. You can't diss Cam.
You gotta
and not expect some level of retaliation. But that's a tough spot for Cam to be in because you don't want to be seen as the 48-year-old dissing a 22-year-old.
Yeah, I look crazy.
It's not the best optics, but Cam never gave it about optics. So
no. And it's worked for him.
It's worked for him. That's a fact.
It's worked for him. We need more truth telling. Like, you may not like how he deliver it. He's telling a lot of truth on that show. Him and Beth are having a great time up there. So shout out to them. We just need more truth and more honesty.
More truth, more honesty. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Blackout. We'll see you next week. Market Mondays. And we're gonna be doing Blackout live at InvestFest.
Oh yes, I can't wait.
We got some stuff.
We're gonna make the announcement of who yet? Okay, I'll be quiet. It's gonna be a vibe.
Gonna be a vibe.
Yeah.
In person is always good, always fun.
Can we get some shots for the crowd too?
1942. Spread it around. Spread it around.
Spread it around crazy. It may happen though. Y'all better be there at that Blackout Live. I'm gonna do the presentation on stage and all that. Give you all the information, but we're gonna have fun and vibe.
No, you gotta have fun. If you're not having fun with this, what are you doing it for? Gotta have fun. You gotta have fun in life. That's fun. It's major key.
Yeah.
All right, my brother. I appreciate it.
Man, appreciate it.
Been real. Love.